Bonjour. Hello. I don't speak French, so I'm not gonna try French. Welcome to the new video. Um, for those who don't know, I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Today's video is going to be a, not review, but more my thoughts on the Magnus Chase book series. So for those who don't know, I'm gonna quickly pull up each book title and then I'll go over that. So book one is The Sword of Summer, Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, The Sword of Summer. The book two is The Hammer of Thor, and finally book three is The Ship of the Dead. So my thoughts, I guess I'll go in order. My thoughts on the first one, The Sword of Summer, was I want to rate it, don't make this sound bad, but I'm going to rate it a 5 out of 10 for myself. It was interesting. I didn't like it too much, in the sense of the other two, which I want to say I like the third one the best, the second, and the first the last. So more or less, basically how it goes down is this character Magnus Chase gets killed, and then he's taken off to Valhalla. I want to say that's how you pronounce it. I didn't pronounce it properly, sorry. But he goes off to Valhalla. He was taken by a Valkyrie who becomes his friend. Her name is Sam. And so there is that happens in book one. Basically, he needs to go get the Sword of Summer. That's the best I can explain it. I'm pretty sure book one is where Loki escapes as well. Might be book two. No, book two is where Loki escapes. It's book one where Fenrir tries to escape. So obviously the book one Fenrir escapes, or tries to. Book two Loki does escape, and then book three they stop Loki from causing Ragnarok. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't read the books or listened to. I'm much more of an audio book guy, so there's that. Like I said, book three is probably my favorite. I've listened to it the most. Basically, I don't want to say the reason it's my favorite would be the ships, but the huge reason would be my favorite character. My favorite character of the Magnus Chase series is Alex Fierro. Yeah, I felt very, I don't want to say connected or like that character, but definitely felt, I don't want to say personal either. But yeah, also if you hear yelling in the background, just people. So, but yeah, those. So book three, I'd rate it 8 out of 10. Book two, I'd rate it 6 out of 10. And then book one, I would rate it a 4 out of 10. But yeah, I definitely like the details that get put into it, and I like how it merges the universes of Percy Jackson in with it. Like, the fact the main character is cousins with one of the main characters in the Percy Jackson story. And then also the fact you're introduced to Percy in book 3. So yeah, I definitely liked the books. Would recommend. Obviously, read in order. I recommend book 3 over book 1 and 2 myself, but again, I recommend just reading in order. I guess this will be more than just a Magnus Chase review, because I actually also want to review another storyline, I guess you can say. It's also based off of Norse mythology. Not as close, no, I want to say it's a little more kind of their own idea. So the first book is called Loki's Wolves. It's by K.L. Armstrong and M.A. Marr. So the first book is Loki's Wolves. The second book, I want to say, is Odin's Ravens. Yeah, it's Odin's Ravens. Again, by the same authors. And then Thor's Serpent, which is the third and final one. So basically, Loki's Wolves gives the idea of these, I want to say children, but teens, I guess, who are descendant of the Norse gods. And the Norse gods died off, apparently. So these descendants have to take the place of the Norse gods in Ragnarok. It's not super detailed in the sense of some other books. It is detailed, which I like. I think they're a nice read. Or listen, in my case. I would recommend them. I thought they were worth the money, honestly. And just the idea behind it is kind of interesting as well. It's not something I would have thought about for a book series, I'll be honest with you. The gods dying out and their descendants taking their place. But definitely was an interesting listen to. And then the fact that they're, for myself, the people reading it, they had 3 people instead of just 1, which was a nice twist. So there's 3 main characters. Again, spoilers. There is Lori, Fenn, and what is his first name? Sorry, I forgot his first name. Matt. And basically they had a voice actor for each 3 of them. Separate people reading. Which, again, is a nice twist. Whereas you look at the Heroes of Olympus series, you have the books named, the chapters are named by the characters' names. You have one person reading it. Which is nice in the sense that you have stability in the voices. So it's the same voice for each character. It's not having to change. For example, someone might give a character a gruffier voice, and then there's another character who has more of a high-pitched voice. 2 male characters, and then there's a female character. Just as an example, having one person can have those voices stay the same through the book, but when you have 3 people, you're going to get different voices for different characters. For example, there is one character that is brought up many times, and he has a different voice. Like, people read it in a different way. Again, it's an interesting idea. It worked nicely for those books. I will absolutely say that. It's just not something that's usual when it comes to audiobooks. So it was a nice twist for someone that can't read as well as others and has to listen to audiobooks to enjoy a book. So there was that, and it was nice. It was kind of surprising in the sense that I'm not listening to the same person for several different characters, several different main characters. Whereas you do that with Heroes of Olympus, it was kind of bland, I want to say. This gives a little more detail to the character in the sense that they're their own person, and having someone read it that's not one person through the entire book was nice. Whereas with Magnus Chase, as an example, you have 3 different people reading it. Like, you have one person for the first books, one person for the second, and one person for the third. It's not the same person. So it gives the idea, from what I got, gave the idea of the character, lead character, growing up. It gave that idea that he was training himself and actually growing with his abilities. So it was nice. It was definitely, those 2 books are definitely, 2 book series I should say, are a lot different, but at the same time a little bit of the same. I definitely enjoyed both, but if I would have to recommend one over the other, I would have to go with the Loki's Wolves series. They didn't even give the book series an actual name, from my understanding. Yeah, it doesn't look like they gave the actual book series a title. Closest it is the Blackwell Pages, which I'm pretty sure is the production company. But yeah, that would be Loki's Wolves, Odin's Ravens, and Thor's Serpent. Again, I would recommend that for audio listeners over Magnus Chase. For readers, I would recommend Magnus Chase over those 3. Again, myself, it's too hard to read and get into something, so to have that option of audiobooks is nice, and it gives you a little bit more of a feel to them. So that was my huge thing. So I think that's all for the video. I think I did my best, but you never know. Also, I did update my background a little bit, I guess you can say. I have 3 mugs up at the top. I'll go over this one probably Thursday. Might go over it later on. Also, another thing is I've decided I'm not going to post Wednesdays and Saturdays, strictly because those are my busiest days. Wednesdays I help out with some other things, so I'm not actually able to do this. Saturdays, once I start getting into my regular routine again of working, it's a little more of a harder thing to realize that I need to do. I get home and I'm exhausted, so Saturdays is I'm not going to post. I am going to try and post Sunday through Tuesday, and then Thursday and Friday as well, so 5 days a week. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, again, I'll go over this one probably Thursday, might do it Friday, we'll have to see. I'll go over this thing probably as well on Friday or Thursday, we'll see. But yeah, you might see another mug up there come Thursday, because again, I'm not posting tomorrow. So thank you for tuning in. This has been Taylor, going over 2-book series. I'll just call this series book review, I guess. Thanks for listening and listening to my opinion. Have a good day. Feel free to put your opinion in the comments. Give me some book recommendations. I need some more book recommendations, so feel free to do that as well. And please like and subscribe. And then, again, feel free to comment. Let me know what you think of the video, some suggestions of what I can do, and we'll go from there. Have a good day. Bye.